Hi, my name's John and this is my partner Michelle. And this is our 7-year-old 70,000 mile Tesla Model S.
Come with us as we travel through 9 countries from the south coast of the UK to the top of Norway. A journey of over 5,000 miles in a car that the tabloid press would have you believe has little to no battery performance left.
And let's see whether the Tesla charging network is up to the job of getting us all the way there and all the way back. Because if it is, Elon's paying for all the fuel. Welcome to the long free ride. Welcome back to the long free ride. In today's episode we leave Trondheim and head for a small town called Valldal. Our plan was to stay the night in Valldal and then drive the legendary Trollstigen or Trolls Road the day after. Well, that was the plan at least. Zooming in, you can see that we've got 2 stops today and the roads just become stunningly scenic after we make our first stop at Oppdal. Having been blown away by the roads in Norway, we charge once more at Åndalsnes, which has to be the most picturesque supercharger you will ever find. And then, because we got our planning wrong, we do end up driving the Trollstigen, and what a road that is. So be sure not to miss that. But back to the start of the day.
So the long free ride is back on the roads again today, heading south from Trondheim. 2 charge points I think today, and then we are staying in a B&B, hopefully near a really nice fjord or mountain, certainly, sort of halfway between 2 charges, and we think the road from that point on is pretty spectacular. By that I mean twisty, narrow, steep, lots of drop-off edges, that sort of thing. But today you find us on the road from Trondheim. It's the E6 and nice wide lanes, lovely smooth tarmac, so it's all going really well.
It's really going well. It's really slow, there's lots of traffic.
However, there are no more of the steep edges and ditches that we had up the mountains that were a little bit nerve-wracking when you had to pass great big lorries and things. And
hopefully after the next charge we'll be back into those.
Right, okay. Well, we have slightly different views on the road trip element of this. Speaking of which, we didn't actually do the planning last night, so we don't have a plan for Bergen or south of Bergen yet, and we don't know if we're going into Oslo or whether we save that for another trip. So we do have to pull our fingers out at some point and get on with planning and research. But we'll see. It's a beautiful sunny day.
It is.
All is good in the world. There are still some very nice views of hills or mountains with snow on them.
All is good in our world.
Yeah, all is good in our world, yes. And there's lots and lots more trees. John got to see a moose yesterday. He was very excited. I was driving at the time, so I was very focused. If you're going to sing it loud so they can hear it.
I don't want to talk over you, darling.
I'm giving you the floor.
No, it's okay.
I get that every time we see the warning moose sign. Doesn't get old at all. No, never gets old. Anyway, let's see what we can find today to take some footage of.
We haven't shown them, but as you can imagine, Norway is full of tunnels. They're not known as trolls for nothing. The previous day, Michelle had driven through, well, loads. And it got to the point that every time we went into another tunnel, we'd shout out, Moly, moly, moly!
John's comedy never gets old. No, seriously, never gets old. Our first charging stop today was at Oppdal, and we were stationary for about 25 minutes. It's amazing when you find a shopping centre how fast you can not only get coffees back to the car, but then go and say you're just making a quick dash back because you found a bookshop and it has some English books in it. The roads at this point were really scenic, so we're just going to leave you for a bit with some music so you can appreciate the views, but I promise you, we end on the Trolls Road and you don't want to miss that. Even John was scared.
If you're enjoying this content, please like and subscribe. It costs you nothing and it makes such a difference to a small channel like ours.
After what felt like an epic drive, we eventually made it to our second charging stop of the day and had lunch. It's pretty much a truck stop, but the scenery more than makes up for it. This is the charging point at Åndalsnes, and we stopped here for 42 minutes. One of the most scenic charges I could ever possibly imagine. To pay John back for the moose song and the moly moly moly, I felt like singing Ain't No Mountain High Enough. but I'll save you guys from that. It was just to torture him really whilst driving up the Trolls Road.
Join us in episode 15 to experience the jaw-dropping scenery at the top of the Trolls Road.